Alright, hi, Lacey here. Uh, the principle that I used this week was principle 14, which from what I'm remembering, because I didn't write notes for this, is to get the other person saying yes, yes, and means agreeing on whatever you're saying. I was playing an online game. It's like a virtual reality environment where there's a world, like there's different worlds you can go to, and one of these worlds has a stage and a bar that you can go to and sing. And this one lady was up there singing, had a beautiful voice. She was up there first, and then because I was up there singing just before her, she asked politely to come up and sing. I was like, all right, cool, it's her turn. Like we were doing a proper civil, and then this one guy came up and he was started talking, started acting rude, and because he was streaming, which means he was playing a video game and other people were watching him play it, and he thought this gave him an excuse to be rude and everything. Which I found very ironic because I was also doing the same thing, except I was using manners. Anyways, besides that, I looked at this dude and I was sitting there saying, okay, so I just want you to understand you're kind of being an a-hole right now. Now, this is where I kind of threw away the 13th principle, which is to start in a friendly way, because I was angry at this guy. I already had an upsetting day, and so then I switched to the 14th principle, which was, okay, I gotta start getting stuff to agree with this guy on. I said, okay, you admit she has a beautiful voice, because she was still singing this whole time. Like, I just pulled him to the side and I was sitting there talking to him. I was like, okay, this girl over here has a great voice. She was up here first. She asked to be up here politely. And then he was sitting there saying, all right, yes, yes. And I said, and you you just walked up on the stage and started talking. He was like, yes, but. Then he was starting to try to make some argument like, oh, I have these viewers, I had to do this to entertain. I was like, okay, cool. Because he was getting upset. He was like, oh, I have a viewership, I have people watching, I have all this and that. And I wasn't being friendly at this point. I ruined the argument by doing this, but I said, I've had more people watching live than you have as a number of followers, which was probably a bad note to end the argument on. Because he left after that, because he thought I was going to send my viewers his way and get him banned. So, either way, that's how I ended the argument. For future reference, I'm going to definitely use Principle 13 at the very least to start to maintain a friendly relationship with the person I'm arguing with or discussing stuff with. But Principle 14, it let me get the guy understanding that he was kind of doing something wrong. And he said yes, but, which means he understood that he was in the wrong, but he was trying to justify doing something wrong because he had viewers, he had a following and stuff, so he tried to justify doing something wrong. So I got him to admit he was in the wrong, at least a little bit. Then of course, since it's an online game, he left and ran away from his rudeness. And for the future, I'm definitely going to continue using that in arguments because it let me seem like I was leading the conversation by getting him to agree with everything. So, and that felt good because I felt like I was in control. I felt like I was able to guide this person to seeing what I was seeing and getting him to see or understand that he was being kind of an a-hole. Well, and that's the end of that. So, thanks for watching and sorry.